one more.
I'm just taking movies.
Oh, are you taking movies?
So you can talk.
That's right, we don't have to pose.
Yeah, we
I want to see your blue eyes.
Well, you need to get
Mom's
the
got
yard.
blue eyes. Let me see your blue eyes there. Okay. And then
Jackie, what do you want to know? What do you want to ask?
Louie's got blue eyes.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Louis.
How about cat's eyes, green eyes?
Yeah. And Blanche has got green eyes. I think that's amazing. You look so much like the Ottens.
Well, I
And
am.
Doesn't
yeah,
he look
and
like
Could you be an Otten?
could you be an
Not
Otten?
only that,
really
I guess
does.
I'm the senior one right now.
I think you are.
I bet you are.
Oh, well,
I'm
look,
sure it's the
the
granddaughter.
family is so
The son-
separated.
the son's daughter.
Spread out.
It's spread out. There's no way you could even think of having a family reunion. I don't know where they would ever come from. They'd be coming through the door and backwards and sideways and everything else.
Big family. That's a big family.
Sorry, and you can't imagine how big it is. You don't know half of it.
I know.
Well, I think
12
Grandma
kids.
Otten had 15 children and 12 of them lived. And they all had big families, you know.
Now, what do you remember about your grandparents? Your grandfather Otten? What do you remember?
He was retired from what I can remember him from. He retired from the Brown Linseed Oil Company on Staten Island.
Okay.
And Grandma was a flower girl. She had flowers. You talk about flowers here. She had flowers all over the place. Begonias, 6, 8 feet tall.
Oh my goodness.
On stakes, she used to grow them in the house, and then in the springtime, Grandpa had to take them outside, and he had a fit because he had to move all these flowers around all the time. But she had her flowers. Well, they were pretty old at that when my kids came along, and
Now, did they always live in that same house in Staten Island?
yes, as far as no, not all the time. They
Yeah.
lived in what they call Elm Park.
L Park?
Elm, E-L-M.
Okay,
Elm
yeah.
Park.
Egbert Avenue was the
Egbert
other.
Avenue was the last
Egbert
address.
Avenue.
And
For a long time.
as long as I can remember. I
Yeah,
don't
me
remember
too.
the other place. Egbert Avenue.
Yeah, and Edna and Aunt Lillian lived with them for a
Right,
long, most of the
right.
time.
Now, didn't they come over and land in Ellis Island? Your grandparents? Did they
Yes.
land in Ellis Island?
Yes, they all
I
came
can't
from
From
answer.
Germany? They came over from
I would
Germany.
presume they did, yes.
Yeah. I'm
No,
sure they did.
Grandpa went to Canada and came down.
Baden,
Oh, from Canada.
Baden, Germany.
They went from Germany to Canada and then down.
Then down.
Then they wouldn't have come through Ellis Island, would they?
No,
No
I
idea.
don't think
No, I
so.
can't answer that question. It's unfortunate. My mother and father never talked about, you know, where they came from or the rest of the family, where the family was or how it originated. I used to get famous stories about what went on, but all that historical part of it, I didn't know anything about it.
Well, the only information I had was from Aunt Lillian. You know, and Grandpa Otten was born to a lady named Otten, and she wasn't married to the father. And then she married this other man, I have his name, but I can't remember what it was. But he took the name Otten. I've got it all down on
And then
paper.
they were related somehow to a family out in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, then the grandma, his mother died, and the husband married the maid, and then they moved to Ohio.
Wasn't that in Germany though?
They were all. This was all in Germany,
That's what I thought.
and then they came across. I think they came through New Orleans instead of Ellis Island. Now, Grandpa Otten came through Ellis Island.
Could be.
But anyway, and then Hink, they settled because there was an Ella Hink that was related to the wife that he
Oh my
married.
God, you're getting too deep into this.
I was gonna
Blanche.
say,
She knows it.
I'm glad
It was
lost
out
it
of
a long
Cleveland,
time ago.
Ohio, somewhere.
But,
I have some. I used to correspond with her after Mother died. Say she came down to Riverview to visit us, and Mother had quite. She was in contact with Ella.
you were born in Riverview.
No. I was born in Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh, in Tampa.
The house is still there. We
It's
went
still
to
there?
see it.
Yeah.
Cypress
Joyce's,
Springs.
we had
No,
a mother's,
Sulphur
my
Springs.
brother's
Sulphur
side
Springs.
moved to Tampa.
Mom
Bought a
doesn't know where she
house.
was born.
Yeah,
Tarpon
so-
Springs.
Tampa. It's still
Then
Tampa.
Daddy and Mother moved, and when they got married, and bought a house here. Then they had a garage back here, and Daddy built an apartment above it where Joyce was born. I was born in the house here. But when we went there a day before yesterday, the man that owns Miss Snyder's house is still, he wasn't the owner at the
What brought you down here?
My daughter,
His daughter
Okay.
is.
Tara brought me down.
So she was down here
She was
first.
having- As I built the deck, my dear wife says, oh, well, we gotta put a railing around it so a little privacy. I said, all right. Got the railing up there for her flowers. And then she says, well, you know, if you put a roof on it, we could sit outside. And, well, that went on. The next thing was, you know, it's open, the mosquitoes in the butt. I said, I know, you want screens. I ended up with the jealousy, the big jealousy windows where I could crank them open, and the lawyer said, he's got another room here for crying out loud. You didn't tell me I had a room, you said a deck. Well, they finagled and naggled about it, and they cleared it and let it go. And she's got the house, and now this younger boy up there, he's, you're not selling this house, Mom, this has got to be my house. So that remains to be seen.
Stay in the family, huh?
When he gets married. He's
Yeah.
always in the radio car, there's nothing to it. But you don't know what you get into.
Now, you weren't in Staten Island when Blanche and I went up there to visit Shirley, were you?
No.
Because this was like 43.
I
No.
was in service.
Yeah, you were in the
Coast Guard.
service.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And the Coast Guard took good care of me.
I thought it was the
Very,
Coast Guard,
very
I couldn't quite
lucky in
remember.
this,
Now the house you had in Staten Island, did your father have that before you?
No.
Oh, you bought it?
My mother and father had their own house.
Oh,
And the one I had built.
oh, okay.
They moved into their house when I was 2 years old, 1924. And I didn't build my house until, what was it, 55? 55 or 56. 56, because it was
We
finished
moved
because
in 56.
Oh, what-
she
what happened to
carried
their
Karen
house?
across the threshold. Karen
Oh.
was just, not Karen, Dow.
Daryl.
Carried Dow across. And I picked her up with the baby, and across the threshold we went into the new house.
Yeah, he could pick me up carrying the baby and holding Janet.
Now I'm looking
Now
at
he
myself.
can't pick me up off the floor.
Oh, where the house that your parents had? Who has that now?
I have no idea.
Oh, they sold it, or it's not in the family.
No, it's not in the family. There's been a couple.
The parents the home your grandparents had, is that still in the family?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Or what was the address on that house? Do we know?
What?
The grandparents'
107 Egbert Avenue.
107 Egbert Avenue,
Egbert Avenue.
Egbert.
Egbert.
E-G-B-E-R-T.
Yeah.
Staten Island.
107.
I